All right, fishing fans, welcome to a new day. And we're going different. We've got a two-seater canoe now with an electric motor. And we're bringing our usual gumption with us. And we're going to go over to the tributaries and backwaters of the Wakasasa Bay to see if we can find the redfish that are pooled in tidal pools and stranded by this cool weather. Because it was in the 30s last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The trouble is we're trying to put an 18-foot canoe in a 9-foot bed. So that's a bit of a problem. But we'll figure it out and we'll get some good stuff. All right, we've stopped here along Vassey Creek in one of its many tributaries on the way out to the boat launch. Because the creek is beckoning. We gotta test it to see if there's anything there. So the captain is casting in. All right. There's some herons out here. The tide is low going out. Should be turning, but nothing yet. All right, we got the machine in the water now. And the odd thing is there's nobody here. The place is empty. So
it might mean something that we've done something wrong and we're about to get swallowed up by a...
Ooh, the water just burbled right there. Some little fishy about 10 feet out from the canoe just rippled the surface. All right, there's life here. We're gonna go get it. All right, we've managed to pack all our extraneous luggage, and I am horribly guilty of overpacking.
Fred gave me a tip on how to work this motor. He said, just set the motor to go straight with the canoe and use your paddle to steer. So you
okay.
Have to turn around and
look where you're going.
And just the...
All right, this is Vassey Creek. We're all alone out here. There's no other cars in the parking lot of the boat launch, so this is kind of intriguing. All right, we are out in the creek. We're attempting to fish. I got a big gulpy thing on the end of about a foot and a half foot bobber. Man, we're catching up quick here. Keep reeling. Yep, nothing there. Try another cast. Still nothing. As I may have mentioned, 30 degrees overnight sends the redfish into these warmer estuarian waters out of the principal open waters of the Gulf. And in theory, this is where you'll find them. But we're still looking. I can't really look backwards.
Yeah, I'm fishing.
I'm just aiming the camera back, so I'm fishing too, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna get. There's my footrest. I'm on line out there. And the captain is trying to wrestle some oysters into submission here. You getting them?
Nah, should have brought my hammer. I don't want to cut my hand up.
Yeah.
Break them off. They're nice big ones. Would have been good.
Yep. And then over on this side, we're firm up against the riverbank. And it's an interesting looking stuff. It's full of holes and
Crab holes.
There's all this grass here. It's just one giant lens of life. Tons
At
of
high tide, the redfish come in and try to pick off crabs.
Yeah. It's different here. Oh, we're motoring right along to a new spot. This electric motor does a pretty decent job because the tide's coming in. Actually, it looks like we're going faster than we are because of the incoming tide. And now we're chugging right along. So far, no bites. But optimism reigns supreme out here on Vassey Creek. This is true primordial wilderness out here. I mean, it probably has not changed what it has looked like out here because this is just too swampy for humans to mess with it and plant weird trees and stuff. So it's kind of like it was 300 years ago, minus a lot of the fish probably. Well, it's about an hour later, and we think we got one bite, but that was it. Nothing substantial. My cork is still out there. We're fishing lures. It's pretty, it's cool. The problem here we're having is that the wind is blowing in the opposite direction of the tide, so we can't drift too well because we're drifting with the wind, even though the tide tried to push us in the other direction. Kind of skittering along the mud bank here. But so far, nothing. I hear stories of great fish catches out here, but we're not in the middle of it. Somebody's getting a phone call. Just think, you can still get phone service out here in the middle of nowhere. Uh-oh, don't tip us over going for your phone. Watch, we'll catch a fish in the middle of this phone mayhem. And the captain got a big bite. The bobber disappeared. This time it was not a... Or else it snagged on the bottom.
One of those little perch.
Yeah.
If it's a trout, they usually just swallow it and hook themselves.
Right. Now we're headed downriver toward the ocean again. A nice clip too. That little electric motor does its thing. I'm always reminded that fishing in a canoe or a kayak is a little bit probably like traveling in a spaceship. Not a lot of room. So I got my 2 tackle boxes, which is kind of insane, stuck between my legs. There's water down there. And I don't have a fishing pole device, so my backpack is crammed up in the front here. And then behind me is my cooler, which I can only sort of access by just feel. I can't really tell what it is I'm getting because I can't turn around because I'd tip over. So, kayak fishing, much like traveling in a space capsule. No room. And what do you do about going to the bathroom? It's gotten real quiet here. Protected from the wind. There's little birds chirping. I should shut up and let you listen. Now we're probably about 45 minutes to sunset here, so we're thinking about wrapping it up, and now we're over a sandbar. The water's gotten remarkably clear for this inland waterway, but I caught a crab. Whoop-de-doo. My cork went down and suddenly everything got very heavy, but it wasn't jerking like a fish. So I pulled it in, crab finally let go of it, but it was a nice blue crab. Would have been good to eat, but he didn't want to hang around. But we're reaching the end of the trip here. We're pretty much making our way back to the dock on this, the Save the Planet with an electric boat version. It's nice, it's very quiet, I'll say that about it. Off we go. Well, thanks to our use of the electric boat today, we don't have to worry about the sea level coming up any further. We pretty much put the end to that.
Now, just got to figure out where to dispose of this lead battery.
Yeah. All right, here we come in for a landing. And look, our cars are still here. A good sign. All right, now after 2 hours of being sort of frozen in one position, here comes the fun part of trying to get out without dying or dumping everything sideways.
Nice looking rig there. Mad River Canoe.
Okay, I made it. Phew. Well.
The boat's adrift.
Yeah, the boat's gonna float away, but oh well. We got good use out of it. Disconnecting the battery. Because you're gonna take the battery out of the boat because it's so darn heavy that carrying the boat is absurdly hard. Here we go. Woo.
Battery is 80 pounds.
Yeah. Splat.
You think that'll dilute the acid?
Yeah. There we go. Whew. Well, that's the end of the mission. Sun is about to hit the horizon. We can skedaddle for home. And we didn't catch a thing. Well, I caught a crab. But it really doesn't matter because it was another fine day out on the water. And as I recall, the weather forecast up north was like some giant storm blowing through everywhere. Well, we're out here barefoot. Good night.